Hi, I'm just coming on to rant. So, if you don't like me ranting all the time, I'm sorry, but this is really annoying. And I feel it needs to be known. Well, it doesn't have to be known, but it should be, because it's crap. But we just went to that one place over in a nice freaking area. Like, it's a nice area. The places are like, houses are immaculate over there. But don't always judge a book by its cover, people, because oh my goodness, like, the place was filthy. When I say filthy, I mean freaking filthy. It was foul as hell. And the smell was disgusting, at least to me. I don't like that misty, like, it's like almost between alcohol and throw up. It was sick. And they had a million watt beer, like, alcohol bottles, booze bottles, like, laying everywhere. Cluttered. Literally cluttered. Like 15, 20, maybe even 30. I don't know how many there were. I didn't sit there and count each section, but it was like a lot. And there were those full-size beer bottles, like booze bottles that you get in this store. And just like stacks. This was literally a frat house setup. And the guy apparently he's the type that mainly takes these college kids because they can pay like $300-400 and stay there and like squat out in a bunch of different rooms. They had like 4 or 5 rooms total or something like that. I don't know how many, but we went through a lot of rooms and every room was pretty much the same. Crap, like looked really messy and stuff everywhere, and a bunch of beer bottles everywhere. And the only place, like, my husband and I both agree was the top, the loft. That's the only room besides the kitchen that was really livable, that was doable. And it's like, I'm not going to pay no $1,800 for a couple rooms. Like, no. The only reason I was okay with it was because it sounded really, like, you know, kind of awesome and neat. And we'd have a lot of room for our stuff. But the place is filthy. It's going to take them literally like a month or more to clean all that shit up. Like, our place looks like Shangri-La in comparison, and we're in a motel. So that tells you the mentality of these people. Like, this guy doesn't even apparently go to the place very often. He just, like, trusts them. Like, they're these little punk thug college kids that drink it up. And yet, they're given more credit and dues respect than us. Because why? We're on disability and we're in a motel. These people has already proven you wrong, buddy. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, he acts like, yeah, I mostly deal with these college kids because, you know, he was in that college and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm not a booze hound that sits around and drinks beer all day and leaves the bottle just laying around and doesn't care about my sanitation. Like, that's so important to us. And yeah, we might live in a motel, which sounds shady, but we're not here because we do drugs or anything. Like, we're not here for the reason that society thinks people live in these places. I'm not no hooker, and no, we don't do drug dealing or any of that stuff. Like, we're only here because of our stupid ass fucking rental history, which has really made it hard for us to get a place that's legit. We have to go to Craigslist, and those people are just, like, he's on Craigslist and acting like we're the shady ones. Like, damn. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how, like, mind-boggling the whole situation has been with us trying to get a place that's normal on crap list. Like, I literally feel it's crap list. Isaac likes to think of it as fuck list. It's like just bullshit. Like, it's so rare to find somebody legitimate. We did find a car guy though from there. He was pretty cool. But otherwise, like, no. You get stuff from them, it's shady as hell. Like, that video cam thing that I told you about, that was Craigslist guy too, and now I see why he gave me the $20 back. It wasn't from him being polite, it's because he felt guilty giving us a camcorder that he knew didn't have the right equipment. But luckily it was a pretty easy and cheap save, so I don't hate on that anymore. But yeah, this is really freaking annoying. Like, isn't there somebody normal out there? who's not judging someone when they're dealing with weird shit too. It's like, if you're gonna go on Craigslist, then just go on Craigslist and don't sit there and judge whoever you're dealing with. Like, one thing he said was that he's all desperate and this is how he supplements his income. Like, okay, buddy, if you're that desperate, you're not going to sit there and question everybody. And he's dealing with these little, with these frat boys. Anyways, he doesn't want to call them frat boys, but if they're drinking it up all the time and being stupid, then they're frat boys. Like, gosh, just call it what it is, buddy. They're all slinking in one little place. Which, fine, it's good for them, but I'm saying he's judging us when he's dealing with those types of people. Like, they're not any better. And we just said no. We wrote it off right away. I already had in my head that I wasn't going to stay with that. Like, I deserve better. And he was like, well, how come you're wanting a place this big for the two of you? And I was like, because we want space. And I already told him I wanted quiet and peace. And you can't get that in just anywheres, I don't like a lot of noisy neighbors. I just don't. I like to have my peace and serenity. I like to do meditation and relaxation techniques. And I can't do that. And I can't do my acting in a place like this either. Like, I have to have good lighting. I have to have people that aren't always being loud around me. And just a decent, overall, nice feeling about the place. Like, if I go in with already an attitude like this, then it's going to just go downhill. And we're going to put ourselves up for failure from the get-go. So me and Isaac are, from now on, we kind of talk with each other afterwards. And I told him pretty much all I was thinking. And he was thinking pretty much the same thing, which says everything right there. Because if he even thought it was crappy, it was crappy. Like, his standards are not as high as mine, I don't think, but they are up there too. He doesn't want to be in a crappy, dumpy area either, especially if we're having to do a whole year. But this guy was acting like, well, because I don't really know you and trust you, like, we're just going to go month to month. Like, I was like, well, I'll save you the time and worry, buddy, and just say we'll pass and we'll keep looking. I told him exactly how I felt and why too. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say a lot of crap about somebody if I haven't even said it to their face. Like, I'm not like that. I'm a little more like, I say it to their face too. And I didn't say it to his face technically, okay? No, I didn't, because I don't like doing that and then having a person like be rude to me. I've had that too many times where I've actually been willing to be upfront with the person and I'm either alone with them or something odd situation and they're really rude and treat me like crap. And I've had that happen before where I'm like stuck with the person and I can't get away. So I don't trust saying what I believe until I'm safe, till I get somewheres and I'm safe, and then I can go off on the motherfucker. And I'm fixing to go off on Andrew's ass, too. I'm going to have to write him an email. Because I haven't said my piece with him yet. He's going to get an earful. And I know he's on my stuff, so I'm going to tell him off on that, too. And I don't care. It's not against the law to say what you feel about somebody. And I'm doing that more often, and people just don't like it because I say what I feel. When everybody does that, So if everybody else can do it, I can do it, too. And I have a right to my own opinions. I won't let anybody tell me I don't anymore. Because everybody voices their opinions nowadays. So, you don't like mine, then you got the wrong woman. Because this girl is an Aries. And she's going to tell it like it is. But yeah, this is one more that went bad and downhill for us. So we're going to be stuck here. I'm going to start looking again for another one, and we're going to hope that we find somebody that we can actually trust, that from the get-go doesn't rub us wrong for both of us, and that we just can, feel okay with and doesn't give us those bad vibes, doesn't sit there and have some weird feeling or weird situation or just say something odd to us that makes us like, okay, why would they have said that? Like, I'm going to listen to my instinct, because if I had, we probably wouldn't have gotten in with Jessica over in Madison. And that ended up bad, too. She ended up was trying to help us pay almost all the consumer's energy electric bill for the whole place, and it wasn't on us. Like at first she told us it'd be like a fourth or a third, depending on how many other tenants there were, of the bill. Each person paid their own share, and we were paying way more than that. And when these other people moved in, they're like, oh yeah, we only pay this amount every month. And I'm like, we pay way more than that. And so we started being like, no, we're not paying everybody's bill. That's not happening. And we stopped paying, and she got pissed. And eventually we just left. Like, I'm not going to stay around that shit. Shoot. And then she tried to get us hit, saying that we always were late and we missed every freaking payment and all that. And tried to ruin our credibility. But the next place we got in with told us what she had said. And apparently the state and other people had looked into her because of something my husband brought up in the place. They started getting investigated by HUD, and they got shut down. Booyah. Yeah. I don't feel sorry for people like that. Like, if you're going to have a place, then freaking keep up with it. If you don't want to have a place and you don't want to have to do all that shit, don't be no freaking landlord. Like, it's not a cakewalk. You're supposed to do things for the people, not just take their money. I don't have any hard feelings that she got closed down. She deserved it. If you're going to do that and screw people over, then you get screwed over. And for once, people actually listened to us. HUD actually listened to us, and whatever. But yeah, we're going to keep looking. Right now, this place smells and looks better than that other place. Just know that, and that's sad. Because this is a motel, and it's not supposed to be great. But this is more Shangri-La than the place that the guy's acting like, why are you even living in motel then? Sound kind of shady. I don't know if I can trust you, so I'm going to have to just go by month. Fine, buddy. You don't have to even do that. Don't give us any, kudos there. Don't act like, you're doing us a favor there, pal. Because you're not. We're giving you $1,800 for a dump. That's more of a favor. And yeah, I'm not paying no $1,800 when there's so much shit that needs to be done. And he's not the type of guy that seems like he'll do anything. So, the tub was disgusting. I didn't even want to touch it, let alone sit in there. Like, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have gotten in there until they freaking cleaned it. Like, our place isn't very great, but
there's no way.
But that place, ugh.
It was that bad.
Yeah, it was that bad. Like, it needs to be replaced. That guy probably is just going to do as minimal as he can to bring that place up to par for some other schmoes. So, whatever. They want to be that dumb. If they look it through it and they still feel it's okay, then I guess their standards are, because they're a fucking booze hounder. Yeah. Which those college kids pay $300-$400 a month. That's why they're okay with it. Because they just pay a little minimum amount, and then they drink their booze, and they pass out, and then they go to their classes. Yeah, that's whatever. They want to do that life, they can do that life. That's not my life. My people in Holland, when I was in Holland at the place where there was a drug addict house, that was cleaner than this place, than this dump. So those freaking drug addicts and junks, which I guarantee you they do drugs too because they're drinking that much. I guarantee it. But yeah, they are more nasty than the people I had to deal with. Like, at least they were cleanly drug addicts. Not saying it's any better. I don't really believe in that life anyways. I don't do drugs, but, I stayed with them. I didn't do drugs with them, but I stayed with them. But yeah. That if that had been the way, no, I would have been like, no, I need to get the heck out of here. Even back then, I was about cleanliness. And the person I was staying with, her name's Jessica, she actually used my Kirby vacuum to clean, so we didn't live in a dump. But I'll be stopping now because I don't want it to run out of space. But I hope you had a better, more productive day than us. I guess it's back to the drawing board for us. $2. Till next time.